Millionaire renters on the rise in the U.S. housing market, reshaping how even the wealthiest Americans view homeownership. According to a Rent Cafe study, the number of millionaire households that rent more than tripled between 2019 and 2023, jumping from about 4,500 to nearly 13,700. That means 1 in every 11 millionaires is now a renter, compared to just 1 in 13 a few years earlier. So, why are people with the means to buy multi-million dollar properties opting for leases instead? Let's unpack the reasons behind this surprising shift and what it reveals about the changing housing landscape. Flexibility is the new luxury. For many high net worth individuals, the traditional American dream of homeownership feels outdated. Flexibility has become the new currency. Renting gives millionaires the freedom to relocate for career opportunities, lifestyle changes, or even personal preferences without being tied down. The New York Times highlighted how remote work has amplified this trend. With less need to stay anchored to one city, wealthy individuals prefer mobility. Renting allows them to try out new neighborhoods, move between coasts, or even spend part of the year abroad without the hassle of selling a property. For this demographic, mobility is a luxury that outweighs the permanence of ownership. Preserving liquidity and investing elsewhere. Another major factor is liquidity. Buying a multi-million dollar home requires massive down payments, ongoing maintenance, property taxes, and insurance. For many wealthy households, that money could be put to better use in investments that yield higher returns. Fortune reported that today's expensive housing market makes renting appear more financially sound, even for millionaires. With mortgage rates at decades-high levels, the cost of owning far exceeds what renting comparable luxury units may demand. By keeping their capital liquid, millionaires can invest in businesses, stocks, or alternative assets that offer more flexibility and potential growth. Housing costs and market volatility. It might sound surprising, but affordability plays a role even at this income level. In cities like New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, property prices have soared. Add to that rising interest rates, soaring property taxes, and increasing insurance premiums in disaster-prone states, and the economics of buying can look less appealing. The data also shows that in some metros like Houston, the number of millionaire renters has increased almost 25 times since 2019. This is not because millionaires there cannot buy, but because the financial logic of renting often makes more sense when markets are overheated. Renting also shifts some risk to landlords. Instead of worrying about property values dropping or about unexpected maintenance, renters can walk away at the end of a lease. Amenities and hassle-free living lifestyle preferences are another draw. Luxury rental buildings often come fully equipped with concierge services, gyms, pools, spas, and even co-working spaces. For many wealthy professionals, especially younger millionaires, convenience matters more than square footage. A generational shift in attitudes. Cultural change is at play, too. Millennials now make up a growing share of wealthy households. Unlike previous generations, they do not always equate success with buying property. Experiences, flexibility, and the ability to pivot quickly matter more than putting down permanent roots. Why some still buy? This does not mean millionaires have abandoned ownership altogether. Many still buy for the long-term appreciation, the ability to customize a home, or the sense of stability it provides. Home ownership can still be a strong wealth-building tool, particularly in markets where property values are expected to climb. However, what has changed is the balance. Instead of ownership being the default, renting is now a respected and sometimes preferred choice. For many, it is about timing. Renting today while waiting for mortgage rates to come down, or for better deals to surface in the real estate market. What this means for the housing market. The rise of wealthy renters has ripple effects. It signals that renting is no longer seen as second best. If people with millions of dollars are choosing leases, it changes how society views the rental market overall. Developers are taking notice. More luxury rental communities are being built, catering to this new demand. At the same time, middle-class renters may face tighter competition in already expensive cities, as high-income tenants compete for premium apartments. From an economic perspective, it also reflects broader shifts. A tight housing supply, high borrowing costs, and changing attitudes about wealth and lifestyle. Renting has become not only practical but aspirational even at the top. FAQs Q1. Why are millionaires renting homes instead of buying? Millionaire renters are choosing leases because flexibility and convenience often outweigh ownership. Renting allows them to move easily for business or lifestyle reasons without worrying about selling property. Many also prefer to keep their capital liquid for investments. With platforms like letWizard, it's easier than ever to explore high-end rental options that suit shifting priorities. Q2, is renting a luxury home in the US more cost-effective than owning? Yes, in many cases, luxury home rentals in the USA can be more cost-effective than owning a home. Buying involves heavy down payments, taxes, maintenance, and high mortgage rates. Renting, on the other hand, can offer similar amenities with fewer financial obligations. letWizard helps users compare costs and discover premium rental properties tailored to their budgets. Q3. What are the benefits of luxury rentals for high-income households? For high-income households, luxury rentals often come with turnkey living, amenities like concierge services, gyms, and co-working spaces, without the hassles of repairs or renovations. Renting versus buying also means avoiding long-term commitments while enjoying maximum comfort. Through letWizard, individuals can find rentals that combine convenience and lifestyle in one package. Final thoughts. Millionaire renters on the rise is more than just a headline. It is a reflection of how wealth, lifestyle, and housing are being redefined in the United States. Flexibility, financial logic, amenities, and generational preferences are all driving this shift. The number of wealthy renters is growing faster than ever. For some, it is about waiting out a difficult market. For others, it is a conscious choice to prioritize freedom over permanence. Whatever the reason, the trend underscores one thing clearly. Renting is no longer just for those who cannot buy. It is for those who could, but choose not to.